you chat?
Always. Hello.
Hello.
I just feel weird being the one to say hello.
As opposed to who?
Like you saying hello.
Oh, okay. You want me to start us off?
No, I just doesn't feel natural.
What would feel natural?
Like if you were like hello, then I could be like howdy. But like if like you I don't know. Just
Because you're usually the one calling me. I say hello.
probably. It just feels unnatural.
But that's because you're like a stream of consciousness caller. Like you'll be like, you know what I was just thinking?
Yes. And I actually though in my old age, I used to love being on the phone. Now I call like 2 people. I don't really like I don't call everyone. So
How
like,
did I get on that short list?
you can be removed at any time. You totally can. You just have to,
love talking on the phone.
but I was saying it's changed in my old age. Like I do love talking on the phone.
We literally talked on the phone for like an hour yesterday.
I'm saying there's still like I used to be able to talk to anyone. I was equal opportunity, like talk. Now I would rather sit in silence.
I love silence, but I do find myself on the phone a lot.
I think it's because I burned myself out. I
talked too much.
I talked too much.
But you'll like I'll save like things that I want to say because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to be in the car on my way to a meeting, and then I'll call Job. And then I'll tell you those things. And you'll call me like 18 times a day to be like, you know what I was just thinking? I just left this meeting and...
Yes, I do like a stream of consciousness because I don't know
You're not going to remember.
And I don't know if I'm going to have an hour later. I have 7 minutes now and I can tell you the story.
And I must call.
Like I have to tell you now because who's to say where my day is going to go? Like today specifically, I'm going to have meetings till I go to sleep.
And then right back at it.
No time for a phone call other than this phone call.
I hear you.
So I got to just tell you what's on my mind. Yeah, I just want to tell you what's been on my mind and like get it off my brain and move on.
You're afraid you'll forget.
I'm afraid I'll forget or like it won't be as important later. I'll be like, meh, never mind.
I'll text you if I can't call and say, remind me to tell you a story about blah, blah, blah. And then you never remind me.
That's not true. I actually do remind you.
Like I'll see it in our text and I'll be like, and you forgot to bring it up.
I feel like I remind you quite a bit.
No.
Well, remind yourself.
You're like, call me when you have it then.
Yeah, I can't be responsible for everyone else's memories.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Had an event. It's event season.
Events are in full swing.
Weddings are happening, so very event heavy. The weather's been nice, which I appreciate.
The weather's been beautiful.
I see it outside the window from the events.
I was at a wedding last weekend.
How was that?
It was fun. It was a fun wedding. Definitely like, you know when you can tell like a couple really loves each other?
Yes, I always watch it when I'm working.
Like you can tell.
For sure.
If it's about the wedding or if it's about the couple.
Many telltale signs.
Yes. And this one was about the couple. So like
nice.
It doesn't matter. The wedding could have been like in a barn.
Shoebox, yeah.
Nothing against barn weddings.
Barns are nice, but shoebox that's a good
yes.
one. No one wants to get married in a shoe.
But no, it was lovely. It was at a banquet hall that was actually like nice. I know some of them are.
They get a bad rap, but they're going to be really beautiful ones.
Yes. I've mostly been to nicer ones now that I think about it. But it's just like I don't even understand how these places make money. Like the only thing that they do is weddings.
They do other stuff. Like they do like quinceañeras and like engagement
big parties.
Yeah. They do like private social mostly, but yeah.
And are like whoever owns these places, are they like rolling in the dough?
No.
It's not that lucrative.
Hospitality is a really hard business to be like rolling in the dough.
Coming from someone in the hospitality industry?
No, I mean like to own like that sort of thing because
yeah, brick and mortar. I told you.
There's so much overhead and the markup, like things are becoming more and more expensive. I was talking about this with a colleague. Like for vendors to purchase things are becoming more and more expensive, but like clients aren't up to speed on that and aren't willing to pay more. So the markup is getting smaller. It's like the increase of how much it costs to buy like meat is higher, but guests are like, why is my cost per person going up? And a lot of people sign contracts like years in advance and we ask for the pricing to be locked in.
Right. So it's not taking into account inflation.
Yeah. So it's a tricky business. If you can do it, great. But I can't imagine that there's like Mr. Banquet Hall living on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, no. I mean, unless you own like a ton and they're just like popping off. But it's just so crazy. And like, remember, it wasn't this wedding. This wedding was lovely. But there was a wedding that we were at that you were also at. And there were like 4 weddings going on at the same time.
Yeah. It had like multiple ballrooms.
Like there were like 4 ballrooms and there were 4 weddings, and there was like a little sign outside of each room, like the blah 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 wedding, the Johnson wedding, the Michaels wedding.
And they all shared like one entrance, like foyer.
Yeah, like, and the entrance is the same, but then you go into your room. It was like a conference center.
Yeah.
I didn't love that.
No, but I think banquet halls typically give a good alternative if you want that look, because it looks a lot like a hotel ballroom a lot.
Yeah.
And they're more economical a lot of the time.
I mean, I think you probably, because that's what they do, I think you probably get like, you know, a really great package, like so many courses and whatever. But it's just, every time I'm at a banquet hall, I'm like, this is so crazy that like someone just owns this space. Like, it's not a restaurant. They don't do anything else.
It's like the original venue. Like, venues weren't really a thing, and then
No,
people
I know.
started buying warehouses and were like, we're a venue. It's like, you are an iron factory.
Is it just my mother-in-law, or does your family also call every wedding location at a hall? She'll say it's at the hall. It's literally at the Ritz, and she'll be like, it's at the hall.
It's like
Why are we calling it a hall? It's
like
at a beautiful establishment.
It's like an old school thing.
Does your family do that?
Like my older family members, but I'm not to call your mother-in-law older, but like
She's young and spry.
she's super young. But like, yeah, my grandma specifically used to be like, oh, it's at the wedding hall, like no matter where it was.
What is this hall?
Because it used to be the hall, like the wedding hall. Like I think that was like a term you used. Again, way before her day, so I don't know where she learned that. But
Like, she'll be like, are we meeting at the hall? And I'm like, this is not at a hall. This is outside in a garden.
yeah, it's not something I hear a lot.
But no, the hall industry is just
It's interesting because it's a
befuddling.
specific part of where we live. Like,
is it a Midwest thing?
No. I just mean like it's like a Western Illinois thing.
Western?
Like the western suburbs of the city, and southern.
But still, it's not Western Illinois. Western is like Rockford.
I'm sure there's halls there too. Like there aren't a ton north of the city.
You don't think they have halls in like California and New Jersey?
I'm not
New
speaking,
Jersey, they have
no,
halls.
Yeah, I'm not speaking the brownstone.
Yeah.
The original wedding hall.
The original hall
was the brownstone.
You're right.
But I'm
Real
saying
Housewives of New Jersey.
where we live, that's where it is.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm always, every time I'm at a hall, I'm thinking like the economics of it. Like, how much money are they making? How many events can they do there? Is the person coming out ahead?
Should we buy this place? I'm just kidding.
Should we invest?
Is this a venture that we should be a part of?
I mean, we're lacking in the venue, like amazing, interesting venue options.
Well, what happens is you buy a venue, it gets really popular, then people are sick of it. Now you own this venue.
Then
What
it's
do you
like,
do?
oh, I've been to 17 weddings at the Brickster.
What do you do? Like, you own the Brickster.
And then you have to totally revamp. It's like, it's the Brickster, but it looks
Formerly,
different. They
yeah.
put a rooftop garden.
Totally different. Oh, rooftop garden. That place sounds nice. So you've been thinking about wedding halls. I have got to tell you what I've been thinking about, and it's my icebreaker.
Oh, please.
There's a disclaimer, okay? I'm not saying that I'm anti-graduation, and I am sure when my children have graduations, I will be there and I will cry. But do you think we've maybe gone a little crazy with the graduations? I'm seeing preschool graduations, kindergarten graduations, 5th grade graduations to go to middle school, 8th grade graduations, and then high school. What are we graduating from?
Okay, first of all, let me just say, I think you don't understand all of those because you went to like a K through 8.
Probably, yeah.
So-
Actually, no. I went to a K through 6, and then I went to middle school.
Okay, so most schools are like K through 5 or 1st through 5. So you would have a kindergarten graduation if you're like moving schools. It's usually if you move schools.
Why do you need to graduate? You just move schools.
Because you've accomplished something. And I maybe would agree with you if this literally didn't come up on the same day that I just dropped my son off at school this morning and their pre-K kids are graduating.
I'm sure it's precious.
Jonna, they have all of their pictures on like lawn signs outside the school. I took a picture.
So cute.
Like,
I love it.
lining the whole school. And it's like, maybe I'm more biased, but like a lot of those kids started there when they were like 6 weeks old. It's a daycare. And then they're like real little people wearing robes. Jonna, I was dropping him off at his class and they were having a graduation practice where they were all in the line and like walking into the gym and they were calling each one's name and they were in the hall like they weren't in their robes yet. But, oh my God.
It's
and
precious.
They're like 4. And some of them have been there since they were little babies. And that's a real graduation.
Okay, fine. Have pre-K. Again, I want to say no one come for me when I'm at my child's graduation. I will be there.
No, you're not allowed now.
No, I've said it. I'm just asking. It's just a question. Have we maybe gone too far? You're saying no. Maybe the answer is no. But by the time you go to high school, should you have had 4 graduations? I don't know.
Like to think about Jack graduating and going to kindergarten as like a real little person, I could maybe cry right now.
It's precious. But then why kindergarten?
He started there as a little baby.
That one fine. But then kindergarten? He goes to kindergarten a year, he gets another graduation?
Well, I don't know about that.
There's a kindergarten graduation. And then he goes
Buck up because you're on a long line of graduations.
Then he goes to first grade. He's there till 5th grade. Should he have an elementary school graduation?
No. I don't think we need an elementary school graduation.
These are the things I'm seeing.
I think we need kindergarten and or daycare because some kids don't go to kindergarten. Like
you mean kids go to kindergarten? You mean daycare or kindergarten?
Yes, daycare or kindergarten because some kids don't go to daycare.
Yeah.
Like because the end of kindergarten / daycare really marks like kindergarten is like you think like baby and first grade is like school. Nothing
Get a job.
Nothing like nothing against kindergarten teachers. Like kindergarten teachers are actually pulling all the weight.
For sure.
Like you need to teach these kids how to like read, write, and look like a normal person.
First grade, it's like, here are your tax forms.
Yeah. First grade is like you're on your own, kiddo. But
this
like
is where we take smoke breaks.
So 1 there and then 1 8th grade because you're going to high school. Big changes ahead.
Yeah.
And then high school graduation.
No, high school. This started
and then college.
Because yesterday I was talking to someone and she was telling me a story and she's like, yeah, so she's had graduation. And I was like, oh my God, she graduated from 8th grade? And they're like, no, 5th grade. And I was like, oh, well, we're being pretty fast and loose with the word graduation.
Okay, don't think we need that. I think we need like just a couple graduations. But you've tapped into, I specifically love graduations. When the music, da, 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 I get chills.
I mean, it's amazing.
Like when one of our friends, Gabby.
One of our friends, Gabby.
Graduated the year after us because why? She took her sweet time.
I don't know, actually. I was curious, so I was hoping you were
student teaching.
Oh, right. I was like, I'm so confused. I was like, why did she?
Like, I don't know. It was just so nice to be able to go to her graduation because the rest of us graduated the same year. Yeah. And some of us, we were at the same together. School of graduation.
And it was beautiful college, yes.
And it was lovely. Like, Gabby's graduation, so touching. My friend Morgan's graduation from grad school. Like, these are like real big accomplishments. What a thing to be at.
I am not debating grad school, college, high school, 8th grade. I think where you're losing me is if your kid has a graduation in preschool, I guess they go to a different school. Now they're getting a year later a graduation and then an elementary school graduation. Feels like, does graduation mean anything to you anymore?
No, but okay.
Like, have a breakfast. Like, if you're leaving the school, have donuts.
Have a goodbye breakfast.
Have a breakfast.
No, I know. But like, I think high school graduation for sure. Big deal. Like,
huge.
You're not a kid anymore.
High school graduation was so momentous. I'm not taking graduations away.
You're good for high school.
I'm great for high school, college, grad school. And okay. I'm even great for pre-K. You lose me in the middle.
Yeah. 8th grade graduation I don't think is totally necessary, but I do see like big transition to high school.
Yeah.
And some kids are like going from like public to private or like.
But maybe we have graduations without the cap and gown for those. Like, it's like by the time.
Well, then what is that?
Like, why have you, by the time you've been to high school, like maybe again, I'm also speaking from my own experience. I had an 8th grade graduation and a high school graduation. That was it. So like by the time.
Oh, so you're jealous?
No, I'm not jealous. By the time I got to high school, I was like, oh, this means something. If this was my 6th hat toss, I'd be like, I do this every 2 years.
I don't recall having a graduation. I definitely didn't have a 5th grade graduation. I had an 8th and a high school for sure.
Yeah, I had 8th in high school. I remember my dress for my 8th grade graduation. I loved it.
I have
way better than what I wore for high school, because high school they made us wear white.
I have no recollection of
I hated my high school graduation dress.
You had to wear white?
Had to wear white.
Because you were all supposed to be virgins.
I'm assuming private school vibes.
Is that why?
I don't think so. We all had white.
Purity.
We had white
robes.
So I think it was that like you would see the color.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
But maybe the purity.
The men as well. Yeah. I mean the boys.
Everyone wore white.
White. That's not even one of your colors. They're like, well, we don't want to use shit yellow or shit brown.
Yellow would have been horrible. Brown.
You guys have the worst colors.
Brown would have been fine. Brown is very chic these days.
If it's not the brown from your school.
Yes, it is. It's a dark brown.
No, it's not.
It's fudgy brown.
Lighter.
No, it is. The color is called fudgy brown.
By who?
I don't know.
Benjamin Moore?
I don't know. It was brown.
Who called it fudgy brown?
People.
Call Morgan right now.
No.
Yes.
We don't have time.
Get her on the horn. If she had to say what color the brown is from I don't want to disparage your school, but she better answer. Now don't give her any hints.
I don't know how I would.
It's a sweet.
Hello. Hi, super quickly, we're recording. What color brown would you call our school color? Like, how would you define that color brown?
If it was a paint color on the wall.
Paint color on the wall.
Like a creative name?
Anything, just a descriptive word. Like, when we're telling people it's brown, what color brown?
It's honestly the ugliest color brown. It's like shit brown.
Well, shit is pretty dark. Rachel's trying to
No, I'm sorry. Not diarrhea.
It wasn't diarrhea brown. Do you want to hear what
No, let her say.
Okay. What color?
I'm thinking. Hold on. I have to look up.
Okay.
She's blocked it out.
Because it depends. Like, their graduation gowns are like, I don't know, Jonna, they've kind of changed it. It's kind of dark brown. It's definitely not diarrhea. It's like chocolate brown.
Thank you.
Not when you were there.
When we were there, I said it was like a fudge brown.
More like a Hershey's.
Okay, fine. Hershey's.
Like Hershey's milk chocolate.
That works. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. So we'll settle that once and for all. Graduations, good in moderation, maybe overused.
I think maximum of 3.
3 grads.
And I think specifically what you might be referring to is people posting on Instagram with those stupid little boards. Mm-hmm. That's like, my teacher is.
Those boards are fine. Those don't offend me. It's I saw someone post another year graduation. Their child graduated last year. I scrolled back. Their child graduated last year from pre-K and this year from kindergarten. What happened in that year?
Maybe they invented something.
Maybe. This was a singular graduation.
They're part of like Elon Musk Tesla think tank. This is how to make cars safer for kids my size.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think if you had not just caught me on the heels of this like adorable graduation, like all their pictures.
No, it's sweet.
And their
sweet.
little babies outside.
I'm not debating the sweetness. I'm just wondering what you know how I feel about just giving everyone a trophy. It feels like that. Like we're just graduating now to graduate.
Yeah, no. I agree with that for sure.
Like
and
sometimes you lose.
When people post the things with like the chalkboard though, that's like, my teacher is blah blah blah, I want to be a Barbie when I grow up. It's like, oh my God, I don't care.
The cop kid in me comes out when I see those boards.
I think about your mom.
They're so dangerous. You don't
if
know.
You haven't been to Johnette's School of Safety,
It's so dangerous. My mom also hates those little stickers on the back of your car that say like, my child's an honor roll student at PS 12, and then have like you, your husband, and 3 kids and a soccer ball, and it says like, we love soccer at so and so park. It's like, here is an instructional manual to abduct my children. They go to this school, they play soccer here, look up the schedule online.
And that's the quick and dirty version
that's
of
the reincarnation of my mother.
Johnette's safety school. She really will hammer it home. Like we have been in the car before where she's seen one of those like family things, and she's like, oh good, so now when I see, one time she was like, I see that there's 2 parents and 3 kids and they're all in this van, so I know no one is home because your entire family's in this car.
She's not wrong. And the boards are before her time. So this is just like her being in my brain. I read those boards. I'm like, so that's where your 4-year-old goes to school. That's the literal classroom they're in. And they're in little tot gymnastics, which I can see online, meets Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m.
Yeah. And I think like a step beyond that is that, of course, like you're like, well, my profile is private. Like, but you don't know. I certainly don't know every single person that follows me. Some people are like friends of friends, and maybe they are logged in on an iPad to their Instagram at a library.
People are just like too naive about the world. Like, no one thinks something bad is going to happen to them until it happens.
Yeah, your mother has ingrained that into us. Absolutely.
Only the paranoid survive. A quote from Johnette. Touching quote.
I just picture your mom like shifty eyes, like looking around.
No, literally. And people are like, why do you have so much anxiety? I'm like, I don't know. It's really a mystery. A story that shocked no one. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are feuding, and I am so obsessed because it is so stereotypical. Like 2 best friends who've fallen out are just like coming for one another.
I don't think they were really ever best friends. Do you?
I think they were.
I like cannot imagine. Oh, here's something I was going to ask you that has to do with this. I asked my husband the other day,
what?
If you had to go to dinner for 2 hours, this could have been an icebreaker. If you had to go for 2 hours to a dinner, just you, you get to pick the restaurant. You and Elon or you and Trump? Who would you rather?
Elon.
Oh my God. Trump all day.
Because Elon is so socially awkward. Like,
that you want to die there.
No, like he wouldn't even acknowledge if I wasn't paying attention. Like he doesn't care. He'd just like talk, not talk, stare into the distance. No. Donald would like need you to stroke his ego. Like, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Isn't that great? Isn't that smart? I'm the smartest president ever.
The Don.
So the funniest tweet the other day that was like, Donald Trump said being president is very stressful. And I agree. My life has been very stressful since he's been president.
I would 10 times over rather go to dinner with Donald Trump. Something about Elon is just like, that man is too fucking weird.
Too weird.
Not that Trump is a normal person.
Yeah. No. I'd go Elon all day.
Oh, Mike said Trump too. Actually, I think he said Elon.
Elon doesn't really notice if you're there or not. Like, I can just be eating my meal. I don't care.
Trump too. Talk about ego.
He needs you to acknowledge it. Like, he's like, do you like that? Do you agree with that? Am I the smartest person ever? So after President Donald Trump expressed being very disappointed in Elon since he left his role in the administration, the Tesla CEO has slammed the politician for having such ingratitude. He's since alleged that he deserves credit for the results of the 2024 presidential race, which is like, not credit, blame. You're saying this is your fault? He also has now said that the reason that the Epstein files have not been released is because Donald Trump is mentioned in them.
No. That doesn't surprise me.
Which, like, we probably all knew that.
Yeah.
And Trump has been slamming back at his old BFF, alleging, let me tell you, saying the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate and forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted. He knew for months I was going to do and just went crazy. So it's a pretty crazy feud between these 2 Real Housewives stars.
2 nut jobs.
2 narcissists.
Mike did say something though about like how Elon leaving was like inevitable because like for him to have a position like that was like totally made up, like it would have had to be made like an official position, and Trump doesn't have the power to do that.
Probably.
So like he wasn't going to be this like whatever.
Doja Cat.
Yeah, whatever he was.
Doge always made me think of Doja Cat.
Doge always made me. Oh my gosh, that's what you thought of?
Yeah, you think of Dogecoin?
Also, no.
Oh, what'd you think of?
The spoof of the Greyhound with a scarf
Doge.
wrapped around its head on the cover of Doge.
Like Vogue, but
Like
not.
Vogue.
You know, I always thought Doja Cat, like, Elon Musk is the head of Doja Cat.
Okay.
Adios, loser.
Speaking of friendships,
Yep.
this was an interesting story. Kate Spade's best friend is releasing a memoir about
Interesting.
Kate's life. Elise Aaron's.
Let me be clear, don't do that.
No?
No,
You don't want me to tell all your tales?
please don't.
So they were best friends from the day they met in college. Now, 7 years after losing her best friend to suicide, Aarons has shared their friendship story in a new memoir called We Might Just Make It After All. And it's about their friendship and also, like, I think some of Kate Spade's life. And she writes, on June 9th, 2018, 4 days after my best friend of 37 years took her own life, I had to go to her Park Avenue apartment to pick up some of my clothes from her closet.
No, just couldn't leave him there.
Which, like, when I first read that, I was like, oh, this is so touching. And then I was like, 4 days after, you had to get in there and get your shit?
You were also like, where is that blue pantsuit? Like,
Oh, you know what? I was planning on wearing that black blazer to the funeral, and Kate had it. Like, okay. That's not a good reason. Just say you were going to her house.
we didn't need to know that.
So anyway, she talks about Kate's life, like, from her own perspective and, like, her life as they were friends. And I was just kind of like, I don't know if this is, like, sweet or
Opportunistic.
yeah, opportunistic. I don't want to dampen something that maybe is just so pure. Is anything so pure?
Nothing. Yeah, you're right. I don't know this lady. I think if it's so pure, you would just write this and, like, share it with your friends and family. You know what I mean? Like, it's always icky to me when someone can't give consent.
Right.
Like, I don't love really any ghost memoir that's written, like, posthumously. Like, the only one that I really like, which you know how much I love, the Riley Keough book,
Oh,
is
you loved that.
her and her mom were writing it together, and her mom recorded all of these tapes, and so she had very clear direction on what she did and didn't want said. I wouldn't write a book about you, but, like, writing a book about you, no offense, if it became, like, a bestseller, it would be really random. Like, it's not like
I'm so sorry.
like, it's not a slam dunk. Like, oh, these two randos.
You mean two randos from Call You Later?
Exactly. From the hit podcast Call You Later. But, like, to write about your best friend who is Kate Spade is where it feels opportunistic, because, like, that's a slam dunk. People are still super curious about her and her death.
Yeah, like, no one has heard of Elise, whoever
Right.
this lady is.
So that's where it feels a little strange to me. Like, if you wanted to write a letter about a loved one and it was just like you're an author and, like, this was your process of processing things. We're just processing things.
Yeah, like, I was thinking about that. Like, I get, like, writing can be therapeutic. Like, you want to, like, tell some sort of a something. Then, like, write an op-ed for the New York Times, you know, like.
An excerpt.
Yeah, like, just say, like, my friend so-and-so, but, like, she's writing a book. There's going to be sales. That's the part that I'm like, meh.
It's icky. Yeah, if you want to write this to, like, move on, write it and have it be like that. But to, like, I don't know. Maybe this is what Kate wanted. Maybe we'll find out in the book. Kate said, if I ever die, write a book.
Well, will you read it and let us know? You love fashion.
Yeah, but
Not
maybe I'll
this?
listen to it. Speaking of friendships, Summer House is losing one of its greatest friends.
Yeah, I'm
Distraught.
devastated.
I'm gonna miss her, but I'm happy for her.
Do I think that,
Oh,
like,
we should tell people. Paige DeSorbo.
yeah, Paige DeSorbo.
We just assume you all knew.
Paige DeSorbo's leaving
Paige
Summer
DeSorbo's
House.
leaving Summer House after 7 years, which is, like, good.
And she really did, like, I don't think of her as, like, a newer cast member because she wasn't in the OG cast.
I forget.
But she really did like bring the comedy element to the show.
She wore shoulder pads to the beach.
There's some funny stuff that happens, like some shit Lindsay does is funny, but like not like Paige's interviews and commentary on what's going on. I mean, and I love that show.
Yeah. It's a loss for the Summer House community.
I'm so upset. And there's been so much buzz, like so many people have been saying like big cast shakeup at Summer House, and I was like, it's gonna be Lindsay Hubbard, obviously. Sure. How is she gonna come back? And then I was like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's Sierra. Sierra seemed kind of checked out this season.
She was annoying this season.
Oh, I love her no matter what she does. She's so beautiful.
So beautiful. But for people who watch Summer House, if you don't, sorry, this won't really make sense. She basically did to Lexi what she was so upset with Lindsay doing over Austin. She's like, I'm seeing this guy, you show up, you flirt with him right in front of me. You guys are like being so flirty. It's so rude. It's so disrespectful. And then Lexi's legit dating a guy in the house. She's so flirty with him.
I actually will say, I don't think she was so flirty with him. He is so flirty with her.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of being herself, continuing the friendship that they had.
She just never took accountability for it. Like, I wish she could have looked at Lexi. Maybe she will. She hasn't in part 1 or 2 of the reunion, and be like,
it's over.
Oh, it was just 2 parts?
Yeah. That's why they took those little shots at the end.
I didn't finish it yet.
Oh.
I only watched like a half hour.
It's over.
Okay, so I'm assuming she didn't. Like, she never said, like, Lexi, I'm sorry that hurt you. Like, I could see why that would be upsetting. She's like, why are you so upset? I'm like, bitch, you were so upset.
Lexi annoys me, so I can't even.
Also, I hate Lexi, so this is not coming from I think Lexi's so annoying. I just think Lexi was kind of wrong.
And like, do you think it's weird that Lexi like goes to the club with her mom and sister?
Exceptionally weird.
Why?
I don't like Lexi as a cast member or like just an influencer. I just do think she got wronged in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that was kind of fucked, but I think Jesse owed her more.
But the cast didn't hold Jesse accountable. Like, the way they came for West, which was so interesting, clearly because they loved Sierra, was so different than how they treated Jesse.
But like, did you watch part 1 of the reunion when Sierra was talking about what was going on with her?
No, I did feel bad. I like Sierra a lot. But just because I like you doesn't mean I won't tell you honest truths.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Sierra.
I love you, Sierra, but you have some sorrying to do.
You have some sorrying to do. What was I just gonna say? Oh, I just feel like when you like hear about someone's like what's really going on, like I was so team Sierra last summer and they didn't say all of this stuff that was going on, and then you hear more to the backstory and I was like, I hate West even more now.
No, it was so sad, and she is a sweet girl. She just is very aloof.
She's very aloof. What's wrong with being aloof?
She's an aloof floof.
She's an aloof floof. The maloof hoof.
But I'll miss her friendship with Paige on the show.
Same.
I wonder who she'll talk to. Who will she bed rot with?
Amanda.
But I don't
know if her and Amanda are that close.
You know, and I don't think Lindsay's coming back.
And can you believe Lindsay and Turner aren't even together?
That shocked me.
Did you get to that part yet?
I did. That's like right after I turned it off.
Oh, what a horrible part to turn it off.
I was so tired. I couldn't keep my little hose open. Got to get back to it. It's been a couple days.
Oh, that was me listening to the Michelle Williams interview on Armchair Expert.
It was good. It was so good. I loved it.
And he said, I don't know if it's okay if I bring up Heath.
And she got like choked up.
Yeah.
Finish our podcast and then immediately go listen to Armchair Expert. Michelle Williams on it. It was incredible.
She like couldn't say anything. Like Dax talked about like how he didn't have a ton of encounters with Heath, but like Heath Ledger
knew him from the program,
but he knew him, and like they were like friendly, whatever. And so he talked about what like a bright light he was, and like you could just tell that he carried like the weight of the world on his shoulders. And he was like, I don't know if you mind me bring him up, because celebrities usually will have like a don't
speak about it.
Yeah. Like no bring up list. And so he obviously wasn't on it, but maybe it's just like out of respect, don't. But Dax like did, and no one ever brings him up to Michelle Williams, and she literally like didn't say anything and just like got choked up and said, thank God there's Matilda.
Yeah, thank God,
which is their daughter.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I could actually cry about that. I won't though, but
it was a really good interview though.
Really good. That Dax, he knows what he's doing.
He really does. But back to other important news. Paige will hopefully be still on our screens in some way.
She will.
Maybe I think if she did, I would love if she and Lindsay did the next gen of Real Houses of New York, because I think the hard thing is that she doesn't want to film every weekend in the summer in the Hamptons.
Right. Yeah.
If you're just filming in the city where you live,
way better. I think they'll do something. She's such a talent. I can't imagine that they're going to be okay, bye.
Well, I mean, they fired Hannah, which was a huge mistake.
But I don't think Hannah was the right fit for that show.
Not that season.
Yeah.
But if she was still on, I think it'd be good.
Yeah, except her and Kyle hate each other, but
that's what makes it good.
That is what makes it good.
I know we're almost at our time for this call.
Sadly.
So let's do a short dilemma. I'm going to pull this one since we talked about weddings earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This person wrote in and said, I was at a wedding with my family, and my sister, who is very sweet but knows what she wants, we got the food at the wedding, and her chicken was extremely dry. She was I will choke on this chicken if I eat it.
Okay.
And so she grabbed the waiter, or what do you call them? Server,
waiter. I think
yeah.
It's the same.
And was I'm really sorry. Something's wrong with this chicken.
It's rubber.
In that it's not edible. Do you mind getting me a different one? And this girl writes and says, I was literally mortified. You cannot send something back at a wedding. This is not what you ordered. And she was and then my mom, who was at our table, was yes, you can. She picked chicken. If the chicken's not edible, she deserves to have a meal here.
No.
And she was so I wanted to write in and see what you gals thought.
You cannot send food back at a wedding. And you also can't ever tell the bride or groom.
Why would you?
Those are two distinct rules. If they serve you
2 weeks later at a barbecue, you're and that chicken, let me tell you.
If they serve you Dippin' Dots.
I do love Dippin' Dots, though.
You say, thank you for Dippin' Dots.
Chicken flavored Dippin' Dots?
These are amazing. I love them.
I love these Dippin' Dots.
The only thing you can send back, I think, in my opinion, is if it's not the right food, meaning you selected a different item, or it doesn't meet your dietary restriction, and you also have told someone about that.
Is it so bad to switch? But I've been to weddings where you ordered the chicken, but then someone gets the pasta and it looks so good.
That is so annoying.
I've never switched, but I want to be could I just get that instead?
No, because they've ordered the right number for those people. And if you do it, imagine how many other people are doing it. This is why the systems break down. People do not respect rules.
No, I'm respecting the rules. I'm just asking now that we're talking about it.
I always tell my clients that is my not concern, but when they do choice entrees, obviously the venues and the hotels make overage, but not to accommodate everyone switching to ravioli. And so you have kind of that concern. I'll be holding the list. I know what the person RSVP'd. They're looking me straight in the face being I ordered chicken. And they didn't order chicken.
Well, no need to lie. Just be do you mind if I get the lasagna instead?
And I'm oh, you did? And they're yeah, this is so weird. I'm so weird. No worries. We'll switch it out. You didn't order that.
Because you see what it looks like and you're holy shit, this isn't right.
That's not the reason for the wedding.
No, I know. It's not the reason. But the dilemma is I wanted to get your thoughts. I just feel if it's not edible and you're sitting there staring at inedible chicken, what if it's not cooked?
If it's not cooked, you can definitely send it back. But if it's overcooked, no, can't do. Send
if you get a steak and it is the color of...
It falls under dietary restrictions. You
gray.
Can't eat salmonella. So that's for sure you can send it back. But it's not cooked. I've had people at weddings that try to send back steak that they wanted cooked to a different temperature. I'm so sorry. They're not doing specified temperatures in the kitchen for 300 people. But thank you.
But are they making it so that it's edible, I would hope?
Yes, you can eat it. It's just not this person. Clearly it's well done and they don't want well done. Well, I'm super sorry.
But if it's really chewy chicken?
Chew. That's why you have teeth.
Work that jaw muscle.
It's an exercise routine.
No, I know. I never would, but I also wouldn't come down on someone for doing it. I don't think it's that wrong.
I do.
I don't care enough. I'll just be whatever. I'll load up at the sweet table.
I just think it's that's not the reason. That's not why we're here.
But I'm hungry. If I was with you at a wedding and you got chicken and you were I can't eat this chicken, which has happened to us before.
I would just choke it down, and which has happened to us before. I just choked it down and said, moving on.
No, but listen. If you were like, I can't possibly choke this down.
Well, I don't have teeth?
No, like you're like, it's so bad. Like I can't even
Why
chew
can't
it.
you plug your nose?
Plug your nose. Yeah, that's better. Plug your nose and chew at the wedding.
Exactly.
But if you were and you were like, do you mind if I just get a different one? This one is like, I don't know, something's like not right. I'd be like, totally. Yes, you should.
I don't know. I just know, like,
in extreme circumstances.
and it also depends like where you are, you know, like there's certain places where like the food, like most of the spaces that I work in, the food should be amazing. So like I want someone to tell me if it's like something is wrong with it. I'm more talking about like if it's not made to your specifications.
Yeah, like if it's one of those barn weddings and you
that's
order,
where you have to look around.
yeah, you look around. You order chicken piccata and it's
what I
not
feel like.
edible. We're in a barn.
Yeah.
Why would you think chicken piccata here would be edible?
Like look around. Like if you're at the Ritz, if you're at the Four Seasons, like there's a higher standard, but like look around before you send it back.
That's our advice.
That's the only advice.
Wherever you are, take a look around.
Take a look around.
And I'll call you later.
Call you later. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.